This
totally fine.
conference will now be recorded.
Okay, thank you.
And
Okay,
Mo,
so it's
one
opening.
question on what you said. In addition to being able to include EFT bonuses or commission, can you do it on deferred payments as well?
Yeah, I'll show you if Paulo sends over the screen share there. Let's see. Okay.
Transferred the presenter over to you.
All right, let's see. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So, like I said, this is the what we call our newer commission tier, and it gives you different options. So you probably see stuff that looks just like this, the threshold, and what you can give them percentages by employee type. But if you can see these tabs up here, we have continuing EFT, product, and bonus tiers. So it's going to give you a little more flexibility on paying out. You can see here, it's a pretty easy setup. You just select the staff type. You're going to does it apply to a personal sale or club sales? What's the threshold? And, $0 if you're just starting out to no limit, and you give them a percentage, or do you want it broken up like it is on the screen here? Do you want it to apply to the total, to the breakdown? And this is going to let you really break it down. If they paid in full, they get this amount. If they put this, something down, they get this amount. If they pay on the draft, they get this amount. So it's going to, give you lots of options in here. The continuing EFT, like I said, the reason for this, it allows you to pay, maybe they take a down payment of $500 and you want to give them a little bit of commission for collecting that $500 up front, but you don't want to pay on that full agreement because you don't know for sure that the client is going to be, in fact, a client for the next year. You can come in here and you can set those thresholds. It's going to be just like how you set it up for new agreement tiers, but this is only pertaining now to what's collected from those members on the EFT bonus or EFT each month. Product tier, same. If you want to give any kind of discount or any kind of commissions for the staff selling any products, or you can work in some bonus tiers too as well. General settings is pretty simple. It's just going to, do you want it to allow you to run payroll? You can exclude things like, exclude Eagle sessions. Those would be old sessions. Maybe you don't use those anymore. Or maybe you don't want to pay on people who, the session didn't get logged or whatever it might be. So you have these settings in here that you guys can take a look at and see. Now, I'm probably not going to have any valid commission reports because this is the whole demo site, but let's see if we can find something so you can see what the commission report would look like. Let me try and go back a ways here when this site was probably used. And let's see if we can find something. I didn't even think to pull a commission report. I should have done that for you there. But it's going to look similar to the commission reports that you guys pull now, though. But it's going to show you, the commissions. You also can split. I don't know if you know you can split agreements too. So if you, I do the
yeah,
club tour.
I think most of the clubs do. Do
they split?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but this is kind of what your commission report would look like here. These reports really aren't available to staff unless they have access to this, but you could always print it and give them so they have an idea what their commissions are going to be before you go ahead and run, payroll for commissions. That way, if there's any discrepancies, they can look at it. You can, resolve it before you go and cut those checks. Do you guys have any questions?
Can we go through one example? If we were going to set up, let's say, my general manager, and I would like to see, because sometimes they do paid in full and they collect. It's not always the same amount of money. They may collect 25%. They may collect 80%. How do we set it up so that they get commission on that amount, and whenever the customer pay the reminder, they get paid for that other amount on a different date?
So the new agreement tier, this is going to be, for the down payments. Now, with that, it's just number, it goes by amounts of money, not percentage. So, you have to decide what those, those denominations are going to be. From $0 to 500, they might get 5%. From 500 to 1,500, they get 7%. So you have to figure out what dollar amount you want those to be. And when they fall into that category and meet that criteria, then they would get that percentage on their check.
Eric, tell me if I'm
sense?
wrong, but I think more specifically what he's looking for is how can he, it's not technically an EFT, but for the deferred payments when they hit, how can we pay out the staff for that?
For the deferred payments.
Is that accurate, Eric?
Yes, it is. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
And, I'm going to double check on that just to make sure. But, even though it's not necessarily an EFT payment, it still pulls like an EFT payment. So if I spread that down payment out into 3 payments, the draft is still running it as a payment. So even though we call it that, promise to pay, it's going to, still pull it like just a regular draft payment. And that's where those.
Right. It acts like an EFT, but I don't think it's technically classified as an EFT, those deferred payments, right?
Yeah. So that's why I just want to double check, and I'll get back to you on that one, just to make sure, because I don't want to, say for sure it's going to pay on that. And, it doesn't, but I think it will be fine. I apologize for my dog barking. I'm in the middle of a move, so everything's in shambles. There's people coming in and out.
No worries. No.
Yeah.
Understood. Thank you for taking this call despite that.
Oh gosh, no worries. I mean, anytime, we can connect, that's always good. We want you guys to learn these things, and we appreciate the owners who actually go in there and try to make changes or try to better themselves in the system. So this is well welcomed. We love when people want to learn about it. So I will get back to you on that one question just to make sure the deferred payment is still going to pay out, just as, if it would just look at it like it was continuing EFT.
Okay.
Because I don't know if it's going to look at it as a down payment or because it's billing later. So.
What if I want to differentiate between EFT and the deferred payment? Because what I'm looking is to essentially isolate the deferred payment and pay the total commission whenever I get paid, they get their commission at that time.
So that one, I mean, the only way to kind of look at the payments, it wouldn't fall into this commission category. I mean, you could pull a sales report and like a new agreement report or something. But yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to see it on the actual commission report as the difference.
Report? Is there another report that I can pull just for deferred payments?
Let me look here and see if there is anything in here.
Even if I have to do it manually at this time, if I can pull a report for the amount that they put down initially, and then every month we do the deferred payments separate.
Yeah, I believe what Eric is looking to do is just to make it easy to transfer this onto his payroll. If there's any way to make that more efficient and limit the mistakes, because we know when we transcribe that onto the payroll, there's room for error. So if there is a system that we can incorporate within ClubReady to specifically address these deferred payments and pay out when they hit, so that way the sales rep are incentivized to make sure that those payments hit, because right now, if they get paid on the full agreement, but those deferred payments hit, our club owners are taking a hit themselves, right?
Right. I don't know if this one has any deferred payments. I might have to go test to see if we can pull it on like staff growth sales, or if it's going to break it down on any of these reports in here. But I can play with that after we're done there just to see I know we don't have a specific deferred payment report that's just for that, but it might fall into a different category. Yeah.
Can we have custom reports?
Well, yes and no. Custom reports are something, you know, that we can, if you guys have something that's really going to be beneficial to you all, we can suggest it. And then what they do is they kind of take a look to see, you know, is it going to just be beneficial to this one, you know, one brand, or will this work for all of our clients? And then they categorize things, you know, how, not necessarily important, but, you know, depending on how many people it affects, they kind of categorize it that in that type of thing. We are going to be having something new come up here, and I don't know too much about it. Data Mart. And Data Mart is integration that we will be having. We'll have an integration with them, and what Data Mart allows you to do is to create your own custom reports. Now, Data Mart would be something that would be an additional fee, but it's going to open up the door to allow you to create these reports that might make life easier. Maybe you don't need an accountant now because you can pull what you need, or that extra staff because you'll be able to create those. So it's something that's coming. It's just not available yet. But I think down the road, that'll be a good thing. You know, it's not the best answer, but it is, you know, in the works of coming.
Okay. I was able to pull reports and see on the line items whether it was a deferred payment or a down payment. Then the problem that I encountered there is any split, that it was difficult then to go and link that to a split in commission.
Yeah. What I'll do, I'm going to talk to Amy. She's our report guru, and see if she recommends anything specific. Yeah, because that's where you kind of get tricky, is going into the split then, you know.
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you guys want to be placed on this new commission tier structure? You want me to flip over just one club as a trial? Do you want them all? Do you not want to do it?
I'm sorry, say that again, Mo?
I said, do you want me to flip you guys over to this new commission tier? Only in one club, all clubs, or?
No, I mean, each club pays out their employees whichever way they determine best fit, right? So just giving them the kind of knowledge base on how to set it up themselves is what we're looking for here. But specifically for Eric's case, you know, it's more helpful if he can pay out on the deferred payments as opposed to on the total new agreement. So if there's a way to have a system to do that, because if that does work, I think that's helpful for everybody. And I don't think it's just something that would be specific to our system. I think that's kind of you know, a good way to structure a payment plan, is align it with the club owners, whichever club it may be, you know, with what they're trying to do.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's amazing, you know, because, I mean, we all kind of have the same idea. We want to pay out on commissions, a percentage, you know, but so many people do it differently. It's like you get on the phone with somebody and they're trying to explain how they do it. I'm like, where do they even come up with that? Like, how does that even work? I'm like wrapping my brain around it. You know, it's so crazy. Right. And that just goes for
we do that
all
within our system as well. That's exactly why we don't want to create a global commission system for Pickup USA Fitness in general. We want our store owners to have that freedom to identify what best suits their needs.
Yeah, I like that. I think, you know, because obviously we work with a lot of, you know, brands that have franchisees, and a lot of times that is the main, you know, not gripe, but just, you know, they feel like they have no control over their business. They paid the money, they are trying to run this business, and then their hands are tied. So, you know, giving them a little bit of this and that here and there, it's huge for them. So that's cool. So I'll find out about the deferred payment, you know, to see if there's any way to kind of, you know, break that up so, you know, with the split. I haven't seen anything, but I don't pay out commissions. I just,
Sure.
I'll look at this here. So, so I'll let you know on that one. I'll seek answers after we're done here.
And even if we get a procedure for how to do it with the existing reports that we have, that will be very beneficial to me.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't know if you ever, look under the Learn tab and go into the knowledge base. In here, there are just tons. You can see, like under best practices, there's 8 articles, and then there's 28 here, and there's 14, but 319. In here, I mean, you can search, but you can search reports or commissions, and a lot of times you're going to find some good information on how to set it up, or you can just type in video if you want. In every recorded webinar or video we have available will pop up and you can select it. So sometimes this is, if you're stuck or just kind of want to look for something, you do have this area if you've never used it.
Yeah, I use it. I use it for other things. Unfortunately, for this one, I couldn't find anything.
Yeah, we should have something on commission set up too, and I'll look for it there.
No. I mean, for the specific issue that I'm looking to solve, because, for example,
the deferred report.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I'll check. I'm not sure if we have anything on that one. I honestly, I talked to hundreds and hundreds of people, and no one's ever asked for that before. This is the first time. So, it just depends. But I'll look and see. I'll look on our back end. Sometimes we have articles that haven't come out yet because they're being, proofread or edited or whatever it may be. I'll look to see if there's anything on that side.
Okay. I don't know if we can modify a report, but I'm looking at the gross sales report. And when I look into the payments for the month, I can see on the description what is a deferred payment. And It also have a column for the primary person responsible and the secondary person responsible. So the data is there, but I cannot pull a specific report for that. I probably will have to put it down in Excel and do it very manually.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you export it and then you can manipulate it, on your own there. But once we get to the point where we do, have the integration with Data Mart, then those type of things will be a lot easier. But right now, yeah, you'd have to kind of pull it out and pull the information from that report, which you want, which isn't ideal, I know, but yeah, but I'll see if there's anything, or, sometimes we do have some new things coming in. So that's why when I reach out to the report guru, she'll kind of know, okay, we have this, or this is what's happening, or, give me an idea.
Okay. No, that's fine. That makes sense. I'm good with this information. I have a different question, if I can ask now. Do you have anything else with this, Paulo?
No.
Okay. So this is related to chargebacks. I had a person that yesterday they did a chargeback, Christian Anderson, and is a new person, and we were surprised. We called the mom, and it happened that it was a mistake. They were supposed to do a chargeback into a different account, and they did it on ours. And they are trying to figure out now how to get everything back in order. And I was trying to understand what happened now. There's a $25 fee for the chargeback in the system, and there's no card.
Yeah. So there, the $25 fee is anytime there's a chargeback. Since you guys are full service, what happens on our end is, we provide the contract and different things like that to the bank. We try to fight that chargeback. There's a certain criteria they look at. Did you try to collect debt? Did you have somebody trying to collect debt? Because if 2 people are trying to collect at the same time, that's going to be an automatic loss. Because if there's only one person supposed to be collecting debt. If it's us, it's us. If it's you guys, it's you guys. Or if you have a collector. So they look at all those different things, but they fight the bank. So, did they call their bank and tell them that was a mistake and have it?
They are.
reversed?
They are calling
Okay.
the bank to try to reverse it, but from our end, it is not clear. The $25 fee that gets charged, is that something that we pay automatically? I'm trying to
Yeah, that
understand
would
where
come
that
out of your
$25
remit. It would come out of your remit,
Okay.
but what you are technically supposed to do is then go back and charge a client for that. It's just it's a fee that we charge for processing the, fighting with the bank and giving them the paperwork and all that. But you can, once it's reversed, let us know, and then we can add that it was a mistake and then have that invoice removed. But once they do that, you want to make sure that you get all that clarified. If you want to just shoot me an email once that gets taken care of, then I'll reach out to billing and ask them to get rid of that. And if for some reason they have taken it out of your remit, then I'll ask that they, to give that back.
Okay. I called in the past to remove that $25. I chatted to ClubReady, but that doesn't remove that from my remit, right?
Right.
Okay, so I will need to reach out to you then to get that.
Yeah,
done.
if you want, once you get clarification that any type of, if they send you something saying it's been reversed or anything like that, send me whatever you got, and then I'll just reach out to billing.
Okay, just let me know.
I'll go through chat again and or you can give it to Paulo and Paulo can send it over. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. And the other thing is for the process now. Should we put a card on the system and charge them the amount again? How is that going to be processed on our end?
The $25. See, that's the kind of hard part there. If they come back.
Yes.
Yeah. You can reverse the chargeback, and then we can bring that back to just a regular agreement, and then the card probably was deleted, so I just get a new card and update their payment profile.
So at this point, no money has moved anywhere, right?
That I don't know. I'd have to look at the client. What's the client's name?
It's Christian Anderson.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
Yeah. What I'm trying to understand is if I go and we put a credit card on the system, should we charge them? Should we just let the system?
Should we do it manually, or should we just let it play out and then fix it on the back end?
Well, if the bank reverses it, because right now, you tried to pull the money, and then they said, no, we didn't agree to this, and so the bank's just kind of holding it. If they reverse, the bank, it should just, run that payment. Not you, but it should process that payment once then, because we've already tried to process it, but I'll look up the client's account and see. But yeah, I would just keep an eye on it.
Because we don't have a card anymore.
Right. Yeah, because it automatically deletes it. But yeah, I would definitely, even if you're just talking to them or something, I would get that card and put it on file. That way you have it, worst case scenario, they don't come back and you want to collect that $25 or, fee.
Well, I want to make sure that I don't collect the money here and then the bank can give us the money again and then we have to deal with the offset customer.
And that's why I wouldn't process it yet. I'd wait for the bank because they should, if they turn that charge back around and say, it was a mistake, then that bank should just process, continue with that payment. Right now it's just holding it in space because it's thinking that the client didn't agree to that. So. Yeah,
but that process takes up to 30 days. So for 30 days, they're going to be past due. Because it takes quite a bit of time. Yeah, because that money is going to be, I don't know if there's a better method that they can go ahead and say, you know what, get the money from your bank and let's put it in a whole new agreement.
You can do that. You can just say, continue with your chargeback as you get your money, and then but it's still, you get that $25 fee, and then you can enter in a new agreement. So at least that way you collect money right up front. But
okay, maybe that sounds to me like a better way to do it. Just cancel this agreement and create a new one.
And that way you're, for sure got the money. And if something, the bank goes and turns it around or whatever, and it comes back, you could always refund the client. But if they, if you enter a new agreement, then I just tell them, just tell them that, the bank to delete that payment, not to process it.
Okay. Okay. Let me make sure that we get the other agreement in place and everything gets charged and done before we do these. Okay, I'll let my manager know to go ahead and do that.
Do you guys have any other questions around the phone?
That's it from my end.
That's pretty much it. But actually, Mo, another vendor came up and asked nicely, and apparently they have ClubReady integration capabilities. So, seeing if you have any insight on that for something that we it's a vendor called Ask Nicely. So what they do is compile member surveys, and so they make a determination of their experience at our stores. And are you familiar with them at all?
No, haven't heard of them. And I'll check just to on the other end. But yeah, no, I haven't heard anybody or seen any integration with that. But
no worries.
We have an open API. I mean, I can send you over the information, and basically you give it to these other, people that you'd like to integrate with, and they can use that to, help you integrate in that sense. The only one we just recently, ZipWhip, that's our new integration. So if you guys get to the point
what's their function?
So it's a texting, capabilities, and it's far better than what we can give you. All they focus on is that. They don't do like multiple departments like us, so they have it dialed in pretty good. The idea with ZipWhip is
automated text.
Yeah, well, it'll be like automated text, through your automation, but it will, it gives you not the 160 characters. You can use because it goes out as a text message, not the SMS. You can use emojis, you can put pictures, you can just make the texting experience, just take it to a whole nother level. If you guys are interested in that at all, I'll set you up with a demo so that ZipWhip can show you how it works with ClubReady and then answer any questions on their end. That it's not a bad
I'd love to kind of
gig.
See what they offer and make a determination from there. So yeah, that would be great if you could connect me.
Yeah, I'll definitely connect you.
And just an update, I got an email that Christian Anderson, they provided a new credit card. They put it on file. So there's a way that we can eliminate the fees and run the card and get everything back in order now.
Yeah, but did the bank reject that payment or?
Yeah, so I think what Mo, let me know if this is accurate, Mo, just kind of wait till it plays out to make sure that, we don't have to go through the process that you're foreseeing, Eric, of having to, of collecting that money and then having to refund it. So might be wise to just wait it out and then let it play out and then make that determination once it does.
But that will take a long time. Can I, if I go into the payments and I do chargeback redeposit, will that do anything? I just want to get the account back in order and not have to wait for the membership account back in order.
Let me ask our chargeback gal and see if she can do anything to just like cancel it or what she recommends. Yeah, let me ask her really quick. And which club is this for?
Houston.
Okay.
I can, Eric, if you send me that information, I can forward that to Mo and then she can process it and give you a response.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it over to Melanie and have her just check it out and see, just because I don't want you to go charge them now and then they pull money and then the client's charged twice, so she says get rid of the charge back and then they charge her there and then you just charge her again, then she might be unhappy and really want to cancel now or something. So
okay. Well, I think the ClubReady is going to try to run the card tonight, right? Because now there's a card in the system, and tonight it's going to run for the past due amount, and there's $50 on fees there. I want to make. I cannot wait until tonight.
Yeah, no, it will. I mean, if there's just a regular invoice in there and, it's past due, it will try to run that invoice. So I'll reach out to Melanie right now, after we hang up here and see if, what she recommends.
Perhaps you can manually move
push that
the
date
invoice
out.
date. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that way it doesn't automatically run tonight to afford us the time to come up with a better solution.
Okay. Let me see. Invoice. So, it won't let me change the date for the return payment fee. So that one is going to get charged.
That one I can get rid of, the $25 fee.
Okay.
Is that what you see?
Yes.
That one I can just go in and cancel that. Yeah. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't allow you guys to cancel that one. And I don't know why, but let's see really quick if I can grab it. And then you're going to push out the other invoice date for the chargeback fee. Did you put? Okay.
When can you get back to me on how to solve this issue?
I'm going to reach out to billing as soon as we get off the phone here. And let's see, though. Look at your invoices really quick for this client. Let's see what it even says. All right. Okay, so I'll just cancel that one there. I'm going to put per Eric. Okay, so that one is gone there.
Okay, I just moved the payment date from 31st.
Okay, yeah, because that'll buy us some time here.
Okay.
Yeah, because it looks like they just did the chargeback yesterday. So, yeah, let me check with Melanie to see what she recommends on that one.
Okay.
If she recommends waiting on the bank or...
They were going to cancel with the bank. So if they tell us that they cancel with the bank, we can go ahead and charge it and it should be fine, right?
Yeah, I mean, if they say they cancel with the bank, you can go ahead and run it. And, I mean, honestly, that would kind of be on them if they didn't necessarily really cancel or the bank didn't cancel it because they gave you the, go ahead.
Okay. So in that case, in theory, we could charge them and it's up to them to recoup the other amount.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fine. I just want to make sure that we in ClubReady don't fight this chargeback, so that they let it run through. They get the money whenever they get it, and we charge them again.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm going to reach out to Melanie and Sadie here. They both do the chargebacks, and just let them know that what you told me, and that the client is it was a mistake, and that you're going to charge them.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
Any other questions you guys can think of?
No, that's it. Thank you so much.
That's it for today. Thank you, Mo.
Okay. Yeah,
hey,
Paula,
Eric.
really quick.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Mo.
Oh, I was just wondering, do you want others included on the zip whip, or do you just want to check it out first and get back to everybody?
Yeah, I want to check it out first and then get back to everybody.
Okay. So I'm going to connect you with Fred. Fred will get that set up for you.
Perfect. Okay.
Awesome.
Eric.
All right, guys.
All right, Mo. Take care.
Have a good day. Thank you. All right.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Hey, were you saying something?
Yeah. Let me end the recording here.